Here I'm on macOS 10.15 and now we're going to install Ubermag using Miniconda. So the first thing we need to do is to download Miniconda. So I go to my web browser and I search for Miniconda. I go to this first search result and here in macOS installers, Python 3, I choose this bash installer. Click and wait for it to be downloaded. Downloaded, I'm going to keep the file and now I can close my web browser. Now I go to my terminal. Let me first make this a little bit larger. And now I navigate to the directory where we downloaded the bash installer. In my case, that's in downloads directory. Now if I type ls, this is the file we just downloaded. I install it, typing bash, and I start typing Miniconda and press tab just because I'm lazy. Press return. And now we just follow the instructions. So first we press return. This is copyright. I press Q to close it. And now we type yes and confirm by pressing return. By default, Miniconda is going to be installed in my home directory. I'm happy with that. Press return once more. And now we wait for Miniconda to be installed. Okay, that's done. Now, as the last step of our installation, we want to say yes. That means that we're going to let installer initialize Miniconda. So we type yes and press return, and that's it. Now, we close the terminal and we open it again. Make everything larger. Stretch this a little bit. Now, we have this base now here. That means that we are in the base environment. It is always a good idea to create a fresh environment and install Ubermag there. So I'm going to create a new environment by typing conda create -n, and now I give a name to the environment. I'm just going to call it Ubermag, but you can name it however you want. And I like to be explicit, so I'm going to say I want it to be Python 3. Press return. We wait a little bit, and now we need to confirm by pressing Y and return, and we wait for an environment to be created. Okay. The environment is now created, and you can see here conda tells us that if we want to go in that environment, we have to type conda activate Ubermag, press return. Now you can see that this base has changed into Ubermag, so that means we are inside an environment we just created. Now we can install Ubermag, so I type conda install --channel. The channel is conda-forge, and the package we want to install is Ubermag. I press return. We wait a little bit. Now we confirm that we are happy to install it. Press Y, return, and we wait for Ubermag to be installed. The installation is now done. And now we're going to check if everything works. So I type Python-C, and then in quotes, I first import Ubermag, then semicolon, Ubermag.test, open, closed bracket. Press return. We wait for the test to be collected. And the test has now started, and this can take about 5 to 10 minutes for all tests to be completed, so I'll be back when everything is done. The tests are now complete. You shouldn't worry much about these numbers because it changes all the time depending on the version and operating system, etc. But you should only worry if any failed tests or errors are reported. In our case, we don't have any, so our installation works. Now, there are two more things I want to show you in the end. So now let's say we close our terminal and we open it again. Make everything larger. Now, by default, we are going to be in the base environment. So before using Ubermag, you have to make sure you activate the environment we created in the beginning. In our case, that's Ubermag. And now how to start Jupyter from the terminal. We type Jupyter notebook, press return. That's going to open my web browser, and that's it. Now I can open a new notebook and try to import, let's say, OOMMF. It imports, and that's it.